Céad míle fáilte le lá féile fádrig. Halfway through Lent, and the tradition in my homeland of Ireland is that on St. Patrick's Day we break the Lenten fast and we remember the crowd of witnesses that have gone before us, and in particular we remember St. Patrick. St. Patrick's Day has been taken over by people all over the world. And usually in non-COVID times, there would be massive parades. You'd see hundreds and millions of leprechauns. The Chinese would get involved in London. You'd see people dancing in the streets. Every business would have a float, and all kinds of wonderful, whimsical costumes would appear in the streets. And there'd be singing and dancing, and all those things that you'd given up for Lent would make a reappearance for us as children in enforced giving up of chocolate and sweets and all kinds of goodies that we only really saw once a week anyway, if that. It was a time when, if we visited relatives, there would be a great deal of indulgence. There was also a very deep rootedness in prayer in the midst of all the rowdy revelry. St. Patrick, our great patron saint in Ireland, was known for his fasting, his prayer life, and his pacifism. The idea of giving up war for Lent is a really good one. Or perhaps this is more your view. With grateful thanks to the Church Times cartoonist for this one. Well, for us, it was a time to remember that in the first instance, this patron saint of ours was a stranger, an alien, a foreigner. And even with that, the rule book is thrown out the window. Jesus reminds us that when we fast, we shouldn't look sullen like the hypocrites. And St. Patrick knew what fasting was. Stolen from his homeland of Wales as a young lad of 8 or 9 years of age, he spent long days and years in captivity. His Romano-British Christianity standing him in good stead. And instead of hating his oppressors, he loved them. He loved them deeply, deeply enough to go and train as a priest and return, arriving, as the legend has it, onto the hill at Tara on the day where the feast of the equinox, spring equinox, is celebrated, to the traditional crowning places of the High Kings of Ireland. And he declared there that the Son of Lugh, the sun returned that they were celebrating, and he shared with them the story of the risen Jesus. He must have spoken with great depth of sincerity, and there must have been a spark of recognition in that High King. For what happened next led to the establishment of the faith of hospitality, welcome and love in the manner of the wandering rabbi, Jesus of Nazareth. Patrick left us a wealth of words which reflect the centrality of the power of the King of Heaven and the Prince of Peace circling us, like the earth banks circled round the hill of Tara. Circle us, O Lord, keep hope within and despair out. Circle us, O Lord. Lord of all hopefulness, be thou my vision. Be thou my vision, translated from the Gaelic, from the breastplate of St. Patrick, is sung in churches and by nations all over the world. I encourage you, take your St. Patrick's Day refreshment. If you've given up something material, something concrete, sit and treasure a mouthful of it today. And if you've undertaken to do something, take a small rest from that today. Enter into the joy of this day and the heart of this day, and find again the midpoint of Lent, the heart of Patrick, the slave boy from Wales who became the patron saint of the foreigners, the ones who mistreated him. May we follow in Patrick's footsteps and be a source of shelter and welcome to all those who seek shelter in this land. When victory's done, grant heaven's joy to me, oh, heaven's son, heart of my own heart, whatever before, still be my vision, O ruler of all. My own heart, whatever befall, will be my vision, O ruler of all.
Still be my vision.
Still be my vision.